the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, coast to coast, come to you from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and it's a good thing my name is Aaron Phillips, because otherwise the title of the show would really not make sense. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this beautiful Saturday, for making me part of your day. I know we've got plans. We got holidays coming up in a couple of weeks between Passover and Easter and all sorts of things that everybody's getting ready for. But again, I thank you for taking time with me on this March 21st, beautiful day across the country. If you're on the West Coast, you guys are baking. If you're here in the Virginia Beach area, you're experiencing all four seasons in a span of about 10 hours every day for the last week and a half. Joining me today, you see, I am not alone. I'm never alone. I'm always by me, myself, and I. We have a great time, by the way, if I'm ever alone. But joining me today are two very special people. Today's show is all about a nonprofit called Foundation Fighting Blindness. We've spoken about them over the last year. I introduced them to my audience last year after relocating here. I got involved in emceeing their local walkathon to raise funds and awareness. And returning, she doesn't remember doing this with me on another show. I think we did this on Kiwanis Connects, but we got the big guy with us this morning. John and Deborah Laughlin join us. Good morning, you all.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Good to see you guys again. We have an action-packed show today, all talking about Foundation Fighting Blindness and the big fundraiser that's coming up in a couple of weeks already. Can you believe it? It's been almost a year since we were out of Mount Trashmore. This year's event is located down at the waterfront, which will
17th Street Park.
Yeah, we'll talk about more in detail in a little bit.
Right.
We also have Lauren Meltzer. She'll be joining us via Video Connect from the Baltimore area, where she resides, up in Maryland, somewhere up there. She'll be joining us via video to talking about the event, as well as some of the, for those of you who love statistics and medical terms and all sorts of stuff, she'll deliver all that to us as well. And then we'll spend some time with Deborah and John. Talk about real quickly, introduce the eye disease issue that you are currently fighting as well. And then I just want everybody to kind of have an idea as to what you're working with.
I have an inherited retinal disease
called
cone rod dystrophy.
Gotcha.
It is a genetic mutation in the PROM1, PROM1 gene, and it so far has gone 4 generations that we know of.
Wow.
My grandmother, my mother, my sister.
Okay. And yourself, right?
And my niece.
Oh, well, your niece has it too.
We all have it. So
wow. And we'll talk about that a little more. And John is here because he's going to kind of give us the perspective of being a supportive spouse of someone that has the retinal issues, right?
That's correct.
All right.
Life changes when her life changes.
Normal is a whole new definition, isn't
that's
it?
True.
Right on. It is time for one of my favorite parts of the show, where I get to share some good news, good highlights, and lots of casino winnings and lottery winnings here in Virginia Beach as well. Vegas and Rep 2.0. Take it away, John.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right, we'll go right into it. So here are some news and headlines that I love sharing. So the first one, a $1,000 cash in a flash lottery ticket leaves Virginia man asking, is this ticket real?
Ooh.
Okay.
Like
Wouldn't that be nice if at first you don't succeed? A Virginia lottery player thought his luck had run out after his first scratcher that he purchased was empty, had nothing. Then he tried again. Roanoke resident Ramon Esparza is celebrating a 6-figure jackpot after his second cash in a flash ticket turned out to be a $100,000 winner, according to lottery officials.
Nice.
Even after double and triple checking the ticket, Mr. Esparza still couldn't believe his luck. Quote, is this ticket real? He questioned. It feels like a dream. Well, it was. He purchased the winning ticket at Easy Mart on West 4th Street in Salem and said he plans to share the winnings with his family. But for one Virginia resident, perseverance paid off, and the second time certainly was his charm. Now, one of the things I love sharing these stories here is, unlike where I came from in Las Vegas, Clark County School District in Nevada, here, proceeds of all winnings and all revenue generated by the lottery actually go to K-12 education, which is terrific. I'm so happy about that. Unfortunately, back in Las Vegas, the casino has their hands in every penny. They don't even want to let rip-off tickets and stuff go to the revenue stream. Okay, let's talk about some more winnings. An anonymous Virginia man, also another one, celebrated a life-changing win after scratching a ticket inside a convenience store and realizing he just hit big. The man won a $1 million prize. By the way, y'all, you guys and gals winning these big lotteries, if you're looking for a place for a little tax write-off, look up Foundation Fighting Blindness. He had $1 million prize playing the In the Money scratch-off game, and he purchased a ticket at a 7-Eleven on Timberlake Road in Lynchburg. He scratched the ticket right inside the store, and he looked at the ticket and he said, "Oh, I just won big." Could you imagine just standing there going, "Oh, I just won"? Heck no, man.
I'd keep that to myself.
Absolutely. I'd be getting out of Dodge. He had the option to receive the full prize in annual payments over 30 years or take a one-time cash payout of $476,000 before taxes. He chose the lump sum. Retailers that do sell a winning $1 million ticket, they get 10% just for.
No, I did not.
They got a $10,000 bonus. That's 7-Eleven.
So he won a $1 million ticket.
Yep.
And before taxes, his take home was $400.
About $500,000, $476.
Before taxes.
Correct. Minus what, 30% roughly to round it off, another 100. So out of $1 million prize, if you take 28% off the 476, we're looking at about what, 300,000 as a take home? Not bad.
Yikes.
Not bad
No,
for.
No,
right?
because you're all excited you won $1 million.
That's very true.
And you just take home 300.
I
Not
would-
that 300 is chump change.
No, I
I'm
was
not
going to
saying
say,
that,
I was going to say though, would
7
we
figures to 6 figures.
more, but out of $1 million, you'd be losing 280,000 or 300,000 based on taxes. You walk out with about 700,000.
Right.
But age, I think, has a lot to do with how one makes the
Sure,
decision of
that's
lump
true.
sum and it does not say how
Okay.
young this individual is, but
Right.
maybe he had an immediate need. I don't know. But
Okay.
you're right. You have to look at all these different factors. I totally agree with you. But this is the cool part. The winner says he plans on using his winnings to buy a pool and a hot tub.
There you go.
So there you have it. That's a good way to do it. So mentioning the K-12 lottery profits in Lynchburg City, where this ticket was purchased, more than $9.4 million in lottery funds went to the K-12 education last fiscal year in 2025.
Okay.
Over $900 million for education for 2025 has hit the overall K-12 budget in the state for last fiscal year. So I know what Clark County School District could be using if they had that kind of thing going on back there. But
Let's ask Bellagio. I'm sure they'll help you.
oh yeah, they'll write a check. Absolutely. All right, let's see. Here's another $100,000 Powerball ticket. That's another one, the big Powerball ticket.
Yeah.
Another ticket was won for $100,000 this past Monday, right before St. Patrick's Day. The power play multiplier was 2 times, so the estimated jackpot for the drawing was $89 million with a cash value of approximately $41. While no full jackpot winner was immediately reported, the Virginia ticket did match 4 of the 5 white ball numbers, earning a $50,000 prize, but it doubled because it had the 2-time multiplier to $100,000. Officials have not yet announced where in Virginia the winning ticket was purchased. The winner must claim the prize with the time frame established by the Virginia
We
Lottery.
have that ticket.
Yeah, did you check your clothes pockets and everything, right? Now, what's interesting about that winner before who won the $1 million, as part of the lottery, if you win a prize that's $1 million or more, they will not publicize your name. You could be announced as anonymous. So that's why we don't know the name of that winner.
That's how
Oh.
I would keep it.
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Mr. Anonymous. Okay. And I come from parts unknown. Okay. Although I'll find how many relatives I really do have who do
You
know
will
me, right?
find, that's
Exactly.
yes.
All right, let's switch gears for those of you who like to party. How about block parties? You guys
I like
like block parties?
Sure.
Well, I got a few for you down in Norfolk because
All
they're
right.
starting. So now in Vegas, they have this. It's called First Fridays in the Arts District, where the first Friday of every month for like spring, summer, and fall before the weather really
Okay.
turns. So here, First Fridays are returning to downtown Norfolk. The events will be held on Granby Street and at the TCC Plaza from 5 p.m. until 8:30.
We know where that's at.
You know where that is?
Mhm.
All right, that's good. I have no clue. I'm still learning where things are in this town.
All right.
The series will run the first Fridays in April, May, August, and September. They skip June and July because it is the heat of the month out. The month. It's very warm out here
August
during
is
those
pretty
months.
steamy.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess they feel it's good enough to swelter everybody.
Well, it's-
The gatherings are free, which is great, and open to the public, and will feature live music and local vendors in the heart of the city. Now, the season will begin April 3rd with performances by DJ B of Fresh Radio and Kilo Soul and Friends. Then May 1st, feature music will be from Perloid and Nothing, Nowhere, Now Here. Love these names. The series will take a midsummer break before returning on August 7th with a performance by Mo Faya. The season is scheduled to conclude on September 4th with Community Witch. Now, if you do want information, I encourage you to check it out on eventbrite.com and simply search First Friday's Tickets. That's that one. Last but not least, you guys into foodie? Are you foodies? Yeah, this weekend, starting after we get off the air today, because I want you to stay tuned to this all day, the Norfolk Street Festival returns down at Waterside. Yeah, this is a lot going on here. This begins at 2 p.m. for general admission on Saturday, and will continues again Sunday from 2 p.m. Both nights end at 8 p.m. So here you go. There's a lot going on. The #1 food festival in Norfolk is back, they say, and the 2026 Street Food Festival is taking over the entire Waterside district on March 21st. That's today. By the way, happy spring. It is March 21st, right?
There you go.
And 22nd for massive week-long food and entertainment experience. Now, if you want tickets, you can also go to eventbrite.com there as well. Search Norfolk Street Food Festival tickets. Say that 10 times fast. So they have 2 sets of tickets. You can get general admission. This is festival entry 2 p.m. You get a ticket for 1 free drink. Could be beer, seltzers, mixed drinks, soda, or water, whatever you want. Now, if you want to purchase the VIP advance ticket, you get in at 12 o'clock, 2-hour early admission, 4 drink vouchers, $20 in food vouchers, free chocolate fountain, free hard seltzer sampling, axe throwing voucher, although I would try to do that before you taste some of the wines and drinks, though, that's for sure. 25% off merchandise, custom signature keepsake. Now, for kids, it is a family-friendly event, so children 10 and under are absolutely free and do not need a ticket. 21 and under guests must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. So check this out. You ready? Guests will enjoy, well, we talked about the food, over 30 food vendors offering $5 food items. So right away, the cost is great. Local art exhibits, interactive breakdancing shows, live bands, carnival games, silent disco, foods from all over the world. We know about axe throwing, March Madness game watch area, because March Madness basketball is going on, right? Yeah. Mechanical bull riding, slam dunk showcase, kid zone, artisan vendor market, eating contest, you name it. This is going to be great. So that's the Norfolk Street Food Festival this weekend, starting at 2 p.m. If you're going to wait after the show, or take me on the go, because I do end at 12 o'clock, where VIP admission will start till 8, and same thing tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Check it out. And if you're not full of me yet at that point, if you're not going to go down there, 12:30 on Cox Channel, Cable 4, The Voice of 757 from 12:30 to 1 o'clock will be airing right after this show. My featured guest on that show today is Tim Ritter from FFX Theater. He'll be talking about the theater. I did not know that theater is a nonprofit. Did you guys know that?
No, I did not.
It's actually going to be very close to where the
Okay.
walk is.
I
They're
did
over
not
on
know that.
16th Street between Atlantic and Pacific.
Okay.
Yes.
I
you
tried
had
getting the
mentioned that. Yes,
pre-kickoff,
you did.
but
That's correct.
Didn't work out. So
Yes.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. We'll
That
be
would've
down
been
there.
nice.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll get down there for some other stuff. All right. That does it. When we come back on the other side, we're going to talk about Foundation Fighting Blindness. We're going to talk with Deborah and John about how this has all altered their life, whatever normal is. But first, when we come back, going to spend a little time with Lauren Meltzer. And then after that, we'll get busy with these guys. Thank you for watching Aaron's Hour. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
You know, we take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Tidewater Community College.
Love and Little Donuts originated in Pittsburgh 15 years ago. Now you can enjoy these little cake donuts right here in Virginia Beach, located at 2105 Princess Anne Road. We have over 60 different toppings to choose from in quantities of 2, 6, 12, and 36. We can take care of any catering needs, such as weddings, business meetings, or Super Bowl party. Call us at 757-301-3564 and let us know what donuts will make your event even groovier. All right, everybody, welcome back to Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. Thank you for making us, as always, part of your side. I greatly appreciate it. All right, listen, I've already set the stage that I have some wonderful people from an organization that I got involved with, well, just about a year ago or so at this time, Foundation Fighting Blindness. I got introduced to them by someone who lives in my community as a member of my civic league. We started talking at a social. Next thing I know, I'm getting to learn more about this organization. Joining me, as you see, in her Hollywood squares, I like to call these type of interviews, Miss Lauren Meltzer. She is a community manager for the Mid-Atlantic chapters of the Foundation Fighting Blindness, which means Hampton Roads, Baltimore, and D.C. Lauren Meltzer joins us here. And I'm proud to say Lauren is a dear friend of mine. Over the course of time, we've grown very close, commiserating about a lot of things in life. Lauren, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for having me today.
Always. Listen, talking about the Foundation Fighting Blindness, I always enjoy learning about the future. You know, we had a kickoff event not too long ago here in Chesapeake at one of the, well, let's give credit where credit is due, Greenbrier Country Club, and Dorothy and crew out there. You had a great kickoff event. We got to hear some updates. There's some wonderful, exciting news, which we'll get to in a moment. But for those who do not know what the Foundation Fighting Blindness is, or as I like to call it, FFB for short, let's give a little background about the organization, what it is, what they focus on, and what the mission is.
That sounds great. Thanks for asking. That's a great question. So the Foundation Fighting Blindness is the driving force behind research to develop treatments, preventions, and cures for blinding diseases. We were founded a little over 50 years ago, 1971, originally as the Retinitis Pigmentosa Foundation, focusing solely on retinitis pigmentosa, but now we are the Foundation Fighting Blindness, and we focus on the entire spectrum of, they're called inherited retinal diseases, or IRDs, which I'm used interchangeably, which cover retinitis pigmentosa, Usher syndrome, Stargardt disease, Leber congenital amaurosis, age-related macular degeneration, the entire spectrum.
I'm so glad you're saying all those medical terms, because I'd be tripping all over them. It's a good thing we have Dr. Foytik and Deborah coming on in a little bit as well, who will kind of dive into a lot of that stuff. And I think what tends to happen is, you know, I think a lot of people in a general sense, I mean, you just mentioned a lot of medical terms, but
I know.
Let's simplify a scenario. I mean, we talk about people who have diabetes, right? And we know that there's some eye issues that correlate to diabetes. And I know that's sort of like glaucoma and things like that, but vision is something that we don't often hear a lot about, getting support within communities in the medical field and researching it. And so here we have an opportunity to really explode. And it's been, like you said, for 50 years, the foundation's been there. This is a lot more common, I think, than most people realize, is having some of these visual issues.
Yeah. So there are different challenges that people have that cause blindness, like glaucoma, like cataracts, a detached retina from an injury. We actually focus on very rare conditions of the retina. They are specifically inherited conditions, so they are passed down in familial lines. For some statistics, they're very rare. They are 1 in 33 people in the U.S., or about 1 in 53 internationally as well. Historically, from, again, a foundation perspective, there are diseases that haven't received the same level of, attention, so to speak, that other more common diseases have received, which is why the foundation exists. Of course, all diseases, all problems deserve equal attention, right? So not saying we deserve more or anything like that, but they're equally as important. So I guess if you don't mind me sharing a little bit about what we've done over the past 50 years or so. So absolutely. For just perspective, we have over 40 clinical centers, laboratories, across the U.S. and internationally. From a monetary perspective, since we're founded in 1971, we've raised over $996 million, which has gone directly toward retinal research or public health education about retinal diseases. With the dollars that we raise, we fund early stage research. We support scientists and kind of help move the needle with these discoveries towards clinical trials and ultimately treatments for patients with inherited retinal diseases. To date, we've identified over 330 genes that are linked to inherited retinal diseases and have over 60 clinical trials underway for IRDs, inherited retinal diseases, and dry AMD. So, we are dedicated specifically to focus on these diseases.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's interesting that the rare diseases is where the interest is, because that is such a niche versus the commonality. Yeah. And it's important that somebody out there is raising awareness, and that's what the foundation's done for 50 years, right?
Correct. That's correct. I think from the perspective of outside of the science piece, which of course is very important, it is when we were first founded, people were hearing when they would go to the doctors and they heard that they had this, whatever their specific IRD is, that there's nothing that could be done, which is a very hard thing to hear when you have, you've received notice that you are likely going to lose your vision or go fully blind at some point in the future, right?
Right.
We work as a foundation, especially at the local chapter level, to bring together these individuals and families so that they have that community feel through events, through educational programs, local chapters. You can connect with others. You can share your experiences. We have a very wide array across the country of resources that benefit individuals with low vision and blindness, not just IRDs. Again, if you have low vision for whatever your reason, if it's cataracts or glaucoma, let's say, or albinism, not just IRDs, we have resources that can support you. We are a community at the heart of the chapter level.
Well, and I think that's important that you just said that, because, people sometimes just don't know where to turn, right? Yep. It's the old saying, we don't know what we don't know. And to know that there are resources out there. And a great example was I had guests on a number of months ago where color blindness was an issue for the folks. We were talking about their nonprofit. And I connected them with you because I just didn't know if there would be something that FFB could do to help their situation. But at least it was a resource. It was somebody that I could direct them to say, okay, here's some additional direction and support that maybe could direct for even more support. And at least it provides a resource. And I think that's very important to build in any level of community, is letting people know that there's resources, whether they can help directly or not, at least they can point people in the right direction.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, that's exactly it.
So let's bring it a little closer to home, because the numbers you shared are obviously big numbers across the country, statistic wise. But we talked about that you specifically, you're responsible for the quote unquote Mid-Atlantic chapters of FFB. And I know that's a lot. That's a lot of awareness, a lot of promotion, a lot of marketing to build that. So let's talk about generally what your responsibility is for trying to build that brand recognition of FFB and what it does. What kind of things do you do to do that for FFB?
Great question. So we have locally in each chapter that I run, we have a number of events each year, one of them being our Vision Walk fundraiser. And then we also have 2 educational events that we hold in person where we bring resources in. We make some sort of let's say group discussion, interaction. There's networking opportunities. It just brings together the group around their vision loss from as a whole. We also hold webinars throughout the year, depending on the topic. We just had one for along the East Coast with, I'll just put another plug in here for the Blind Kitchen out in Portland. She came on and she gave tips and tricks for living with vision loss in cooking and safety in the kitchen. So that was also wonderful. From, again, if we're kind of backtracking, not out of the, let's say, local market, right? But another thing that we have that enables me to work closer with my constituents throughout each chapter is are two programs. One, a My Retina Tracker program, which enables an individual to go to a specific doctors who can order their labs to do no-cost comprehensive genetic testing, which kind of sheds light on their specific, let's say, familial line, what their actual disease is, what their gene is that's affected. We also have, again, this is a I'm going to say a myth, in my opinion, across the country. When you're talking about finding out that you are going to lose your vision, or when you realize that your vision progression is maybe quicker than you anticipated, there is a mental health aspect of that, which is a very large, a large part of life, right? You're living with this day today. We have a partnership with Alma, which it's about 25,000 licensed therapists work for Alma. It's a huge network. We have facilitated trainings for specific therapists throughout the country who are trained on low vision and blindness. These trainings were done by Rebecca Alexander and Charlie Kramer. And if you're familiar with our space, they're individuals who are also low vision or blind.
No, I love that fact that you can pull all these different resources in from all over to provide their expertise. All right, so you talked about this thing called a walkathon. Last year here in the Hampton Roads area, it was at Mount Trashmore, and from the perspective, it was my first year that I was able to host it for you guys, and then I went up to Baltimore, and then this year we'll do the same thing with maybe a third one on the horizon, maybe up in DC. But it's such a great way to bring the community together. Let's talk about the upcoming walk here in town. Let's give some of the details regarding the local walk.
Sounds great. So the local vision walk is on Saturday, April 18th. It's actually moved to 17th Street Park on the boardwalk in Virginia Beach, which we are really excited about. We're fingers crossed for a beautiful day, of course. It starts at 10 a.m. Registration is required, but it is free to register, of course, with the open, request to fundraise would be wonderful, or donate. But it's our 15th walk for the Hampton Roads area. We attract about 350 attendees. It's gone over 400 at times. It's a really great community event for Hampton Roads. I think our goal is 50,000. We're around halfway there. So we've got a little bit of ways to go over the next 4 weeks. Oh.
Yeah, soon.
So soon.
We're right on it.
But yep. There, from a walk perspective, this is not a 5K run, right? We're walking up a few blocks. I think 24th Street. I don't know for sure, but it's a short little walk.
Sure.
You do not need to walk. If you don't want to walk, you don't have to walk. It's about the community. It's about coming together. It is all fully accessible on the boardwalk. Kids bring their scooters. We have moms and dads and parents and with strollers, and there's wheelchairs. It is fully accessible. We have food. We have a lovely MC, Mr. Aaron. We have a DJ. We have a little bit of a program. We're going to kick it off, I think, with some Zumba, just for fun.
You also have some
really
vendors.
Nice time.
Are you going to have vendors there also? Last year, Trader Joe's was there. You had the Lions there for their eye stuff. So who's going to be there this year?
This year we have, and I do not want to get this wrong, I'm so sorry. We have the Lions will be there. We have our, WHRO is going to be joining us. We have Access Virginia, which has not been there in the past, and I'm really thrilled that they're coming as well.
But I know them. I know Access Virginia.
Great.
I met with them a few months ago. Great people.
They are wonderful. Lois, she's phenomenal.
Yep.
They will be there. The DBVI, the Department of Blind and Visually Impaired in Norfolk, they will be there as well. We also have new this year is the Children's Eye Foundation, All Children See. They'll be there as well. And then we also have Virginia Eye Foundation.
Right on. And this is a great opportunity, just to learn more about those who support this community for rare eye diseases. And as much as I practice this, the retinitis pigmentosa macular degeneration, Can I buy a vowel, please, there, Pat?
I know.
But I got through it. I practiced it. So I at least said it once without killing myself. So mark your calendars, April 18th, 10 a.m. Come down, support the event, check it out. Even if you have perfect vision, and I'll put that word in big quotes, you know what? You may know somebody that may need some information and they just don't know where to turn. Come down, say hello. I know there's plenty of incentives and giveaways, and maybe I'll even bring some extra special items to give away as part of the Aaron's Hour Voice and the Voice of 757 cohort of maybe give away some mugs or books. Or didn't I give away books last year?
I think you gave away some books for the winners of some of our little.
Well, I still have some additions if you want. I can bring some down. We can throw some in the basket, whatever. We'll have a good time. Let's just hope that we don't experience all 4 seasons of weather on that Saturday.
Let's really cross our fingers. We are rain or shine with the caveat of if it is a dangerous condition, we obviously will.
Yeah, it's hopefully we're not
going
to experience that. All right, let's give the local website for people who maybe just want to jump on and donate. Let's give some information how people can do that. How can we make donations? Let's go for it.
If you go to you can literally Google this. It would be it's Hampton. See, this is.
That's okay. No, you're good. I put you on.
I will send it. No, it's totally.
That's right. No, folks. It's okay.
Hampton Roads Vision Walk, and
there you go.
Will be directed there. It is.
We'll run We'll get the crawl on the bottom. I'll have John put the crawl on there so everybody has it. So
okay.
not a worry.
Thank you. I'll send that over to you.
No worries. All right. Listen, that does it. We're up against our next break, folks, because when we come back on the other side, I'm going to have Deborah Laughlin and Dr. Val Foytik from the local area who are embedded in the local Foundation Fighting Blindness chapter here in the Hampton Roads area as you can get. The doc, she's up in Suffolk, but boy, she knows what's going on medically. And Deborah, who is also a recipient of the support of Foundation Fighting Blindness. And doesn't she hold an office for the local organization too?
She's a chapter president.
There you go. So you can't get more important than that. Lauren, thank you for joining us today. As always, it's great chatting with you for an update. I guess I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Don't go anywhere. More here on Aaron's Hour regarding Foundation Fighting Blindness right after this.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
You know, we take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Tidewater Community College.
Peace, love, and little donuts originated in Pittsburgh 15 years ago. Now you can enjoy these little cake donuts right here in Virginia Beach, located at 2105 Princess Anne Road. We have over 60 different toppings to choose from in quantities of 2, 6, 12, and 36. We can take care of any catering needs, such as weddings, business meetings, or Super Bowl party. Call us at 757-301-3564 and let us know what donuts will make your event even groovier. You're watching Aaron's Hour. Hey, we have a live read to do. So, John, if you'd put up the Elite Financial Services logo. If you're serious about building wealth, protecting your money, and scaling your business, you need strategy, not just a tax preparer. Laurel Brushingham, the person to my left, CEO of Elite Financial Services LLC, and her team love to help individuals and entrepreneurs build financially elite lifestyles. They specialize in personal and corporate taxes, including S Corps and C Corps, strategic tax planning, bookkeeping, credit repair, business credit building, proper business structuring, securing real business funding, and may even come over and cook dinner at your house. And for those ready to step into the industry, they teach taxes and provide professional tax software nationwide. To meet with Elite, call 757-717-2411. That's 757-717-2411. At Elite Financial Services, we don't just file taxes, we build financial power. All right, welcome back. Thank you very much, Lauren, for that time with us, letting us know what's going on from an upper level of Foundation Fighting Blindness. We appreciate that. Lots of good stuff as we set the stage for the April 18th walk, and we'll turn our attention here to Deborah and John. But first, before we do that, normally I speak with my buddy John in Las Vegas at the beginning of the show, but apparently he had a technical issue with a mouse. So now I want to bring him in because no show is complete without hearing the wonderful tones of John JPEG Styles. Mr. Styles, what's happening in Vegas? You had record heat this past week.
Hi there.
Hi there. Long time no see. How'd you deal with 94 degrees?
Short sleeve shirts.
Yeah, I noticed the thermals are not on this week.
Stay inside. You know,
right?
Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the noonday sun. No, it's it's heating up pretty good here. This early in the year, I'm afraid we're going to have a killer summer. I can't even think about my electric bill.
I just had a $500 electric bill for the month of February, and we experienced all 4 winters in a span of about 10 hours one day last week. So I'm looking forward for the weather to settle down. Okay, go away. I'm going to finish the show with these two.
Well, it's about time.
I'm telling you. All right. Thank you. It's a commune of errors around here. Anyway, listen, to my left, Deborah and John Laughlin. Deborah is the current president of the local Foundation Fighting Blindness Hampton Roads chapter and the chairperson for this year's walk. You've been like the chairperson ever since the inception of the walk?
Since 2012,
There
since
you
we
go.
started in Virginia Beach.
15 years, right?
Yes.
Lucky 15. And her significant other who, as they say in the vows, through health and wellness, through thick and thin, and through death do us part, John Laughlin joins us because I think it's an interesting perspective. You know, we talk about the medical side and the findings and the research and all that, but we don't really get a chance to talk with other people within the household that's dealing with this. And thank you for coming on to share some time with us.
No problem at all. It's been a journey for both of us.
Sure.
With her vision declining, it was over time, so it wasn't sudden.
Right.
And your role as a spouse or support person has to change because I have to be her eyes for her.
Sure.
And that includes just walking down the street. I have to let her know when there's a curb to
Right.
step down, curb to step up.
Sure.
And it's just in the house as well. I spend at least 7 to 8 minutes a day total looking for her coffee cup. Because she'll take her coffee cup with her, put it down, go somewhere else, and now she can't find
Put LoJack on it.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to put an Apple tag on it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we'll get into more about that and what the journey's been like. So just recap for those of us joining late in the show. Talk about the kind of eye disease and issue you're dealing with, and then we'll get into some of the facts and figures of things of what's going on.
My particular eye disease is called cone rod dystrophy.
Okay.
It is an inherited retinal disease.
Okay.
It is a genetic mutation that is prominent in my family. It's a PROM1, which is probably more information than you need. And it started that we know with my grandmother, to my mother, to my sister, to myself,
Wow.
and to my niece. So it's
Wow.
been 4 generations.
Okay.
And what we're losing the cones and the rods in our eyes. So if you think
Okay.
about a camera or a TV,
Okay.
right, and all the little pixels,
Right.
the photoreceptors are your little pixels.
Sure.
And so the cones are central vision.
Okay.
So that's why I read like this.
Okay.
Because here's my big writing,
That's
which I
right.
still can't read.
Reader's Digest version of font.
You already know it's
Right.
yeah, and I still have to do that.
That's
to it.
okay.
And then my rods, which are your night vision
Okay.
and movement, are the peripheral vision. So we're losing both of those. So I'm
Gotcha.
losing this is where I see
Okay.
there because I can't see you or
Right.
him. I just know you're there.
Just
And I don't
Or
see
lumps.
the screen, correct? So I don't have central vision
Okay.
or peripheral vision.
So how far out in front of you can you see realistic? I mean, you brought the paper to your nose,
Sure.
but
well,
that is reality,
so when you
though.
think about it,
Right.
if you had to read, if you put those glasses on right there,
Which ones? The one with
The
the tape or
one-
without the tape?
they both have tape on.
Do they?
Yes.
No,
That's
there's only one
macular
with tape.
degeneration. No,
Okay.
turn around. There's tape on both. See? Oh, blind
Oh,
people.
it's on there. It is there. No, I see it now.
Oh, okay.
I see it now. Sorry.
So, well, if you think about it, I have to read using my peripheral vision, so that's why the font has to be so big.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So, like, if I want to look at a stop sign, to look at it straight on, I can't see it, so I have to look up to the right a little bit. That's where my best vision is.
See, part of my problem is taking my glasses off, and I,
No,
I don't
you
have
can
the
put 'em
best
on
vision.
over your glasses.
Can I?
Yeah.
All right. Then my
So
wife's
they
going to wonder why I got
They
prints
don't
all over my
match your,
glasses.
oh well.
No, that's right. It's good.
Okay,
There we
now
go.
you put the dot in your that's your the big round dot is your where your pupils should be, right?
Wow.
So that's your
Right.
vision that you don't have.
Wow.
So the vision on either side is now try to read that. Go ahead.
Wow. Yeah, you got to get it in that zone
Right,
to try to read
correct,
it.
yeah.
Holy cannolis. Take me to your leader. Holy cow. That's ridiculous.
So that's why
Wow.
you'll see me. Me and my sister always have these little magnifying glasses,
Sure.
and we're always reading like this. So
Okay.
I got involved with the Foundation Fighting Blindness after I had to retire from my job that I loved.
Right.
And it was, it was a devastating time for me to lose your independence, to lose your livelihood that
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily define who you are, but it's a big part of who
Right.
you are.
Sure.
And I needed something to give me hope. So I started with the foundation, went to some meetings, went to some vision walks and said, ooh, I think we have a need here
Mhm.
in Virginia Beach. There's a lot of people here that have vision loss. There's a lot of people that don't know
Right.
about the spectrum of vision loss because most people think you're blind or you're not.
Right. You either see or you don't.
Right. So
And there's a lot of the common eye issues through diabetes with glaucoma or this or that.
Right.
And this goes far beyond that.
correct.
That-
The most common or the most common degenerative retinal disease that people know about is macular degeneration.
Right.
So there's age related that happens actually as you age. And there is a genetic component to that as well
Mhm.
as lifestyle and environment. And then there's macular degeneration juvenile onset, which is Stargard's.
Okay.
So there's a huge spectrum of inherited retinal diseases. I just have one that falls under the umbrella of retinitis pigmentosa.
Mhm. Gotcha.
So-
John just shared a comment in the chat room that came through. It says, it's amazing there are tools to help others understand what they are seeing.
Oh, that's true.
I was at the kickoff meeting a few weeks
Right.
back at Greenbrier Country Club, and the Dr.
Wojcik.
Dr.
Oh, Dr.
Wojcik was
Rowe.
there. Dr. Rowe, he
Mhm.
spoke and showed pictures of a good retina and a damaged retina
Oh,
in the
yeah.
blood. I mean, it was just fascinating.
Sure.
I had diabetes in my family. When I dropped and shed all my weight, diabetes left my body, so to speak. My endocrinologist warned me, just because clinically or not doesn't mean it can't come back.
Right.
But ever since then, the glaucoma thing was always in my head. And with what I do for a living, I can't risk any damage. So I'm always very aware of my eyesight, that every
Right.
time I go annually, I don't care what the smallest change is, I'll spend the money for a new pair of glasses just to keep the tool strong for my eyesight, no matter the change. So, and mine is a relatively normal one, but to hear all the cases and the research and the studies coming
Sure.
up, I mean, it's fascinating to hear as an outsider what's going on with the research.
The research is exciting.
Yeah.
I shared with you earlier that my
Mhm.
sister and I are potential candidates for an upcoming clinical trial.
Right.
Blue Rocks Therapeutics has managed what they call pluripotent stem cells. And so what they've done is they've taken adult human tissue skin cells
Right.
and they've reprogrammed them back to embryonic stem cells, which
Wow.
is a more politically correct way to get embryonic stem
Okay.
cells. And these cells can then become whatever you want them. Well, not whatever, but I think they've gotten them to become neurotissue
Gotcha.
for Parkinson's
Okay.
and photoreceptors, which is what I need.
Gotcha.
But there's potentials for them to become heart muscle tissues, neurotissue, things like that.
Got it. Well, stem cells generally can be used in a lot of repair
Right.
within the body, right?
Correct.
So it's great that they can utilize them in so many different areas, but more importantly for you,
Right.
and we talked about this before we went on the air, if you are able to get into the trial, you're talking like major change within the 2-year trial period,
Right.
potentially.
Right.
So that's when will you know? How does all that work for someone to get into a trial?
Well, I have to they have to review my records
Okay.
to make sure that I fall within the parameters
Gotcha.
of their trial study. And then I go down and I have to now have another battery of tests.
Okay.
They need to look at my eye. I have to have some blood work to make sure that any of my coexisting diseases don't
affect the trial.
not
Okay.
get it correct.
Right.
Then we would get into the trial. So probably maybe 6 more months.
Okay.
So we will, and it's my sister and myself that will be going.
Okay.
So we'll either go to Miami or Philadelphia.
Okay.
We have to be there 2 weeks for the first initial
Okay.
transplantation,
Okay.
and they transplant the photoreceptor or the pluripotent stem cells into your retina,
Okay.
and then you're there for 2 weeks to make sure, of course, there's no untoward effects.
Gotcha.
Then you come home.
Okay.
Then you have to go back once a month for them to measure your
How long is the follow-up?
for 2 years.
Okay. So the whole process of the first 2 years of making sure you're
Right.
viable and
Sure.
they do the
Right.
implant, and then it's another 2 years of follow-up.
Right.
So obviously with you being involved in FFB locally for the last 15 years, when did you start seeing symptoms?
I was first diagnosed in 1996.
Okay. And what
And
were
at
some of
that
the first
time-
symptoms?
so-
Yeah.
I always wore glasses,
Right.
and I figured, like you,
Right.
oh, I can't see. I must
Tired eyes or
I must
something.
need my prescription changed.
Sure. Sure.
So I went to see my optometrist,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how you go in and you look at those little books that have the little dots all on
Yep.
them, right? You can see the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see the number. I'm like, I kept
Okay.
flipping the page. I'm like, wait a minute, where's the numbers?
Right.
And then she said, it's okay, it's okay. Took me back to examine my eyes and said, oh gosh, your retina looks terrible.
Oh boy.
So she called one of my eye doctors at the time, Dr. Reddy, and said, I'm going to send and we worked together for
Okay.
years. So I went down there immediately, and he looked at my eyes and said, oh my gosh, this is awful. I'm
Wow.
sorry. I'm like, oh, okay, well, surgery? He's like, mm-hmm.
No, it's more than that. So now
Yeah.
she gives you this news at home.
Oh.
Correct.
What was your reaction to this devastating news regarding her situation with her
Well,
sight?
it as I said earlier, it changes your daily life.
Sure.
Even though it was gradual, the line still was fairly steep going down. So, just around the house helping out. Obviously, it restricts her driving. But then, I think about it a lot. And when she was a nurse anesthetist prior, during the case, she was helping one person at a time.
Right.
And now that she is in the situation she's in now, but with her being basically a vision expert and through FFB and raising the money for retinal research, she's helping thousands of people at a time.
Right.
And I'm part of that journey to be able
Sure.
to allow her to do that by helping her in her daily life that is behind the scenes, finding her coffee cup, trying to get the dogs out of the way so she doesn't trip over.
Right.
Never leave the dishwasher door open
Right.
because she can't see those things.
Right.
So I have to be one step ahead of her
Okay.
to try to, make it easier for her to then,
Sure.
put out the help that she can.
There's a joke in there about leaving the toilet seat up, but I'll just let that go. But anyway, I digress
Thank
terribly right there. Okay, so let's talk about the medical side of this. Now, you're talking from your knowledge and experience, but there is a medical personnel who is very much involved with everything.
Yes.
That's kind of staying on top of that. Let's talk about
our
Dr.
medical
Val.
chair, Dr. Valerie Foytik, who
Yep.
is my low vision optometrist.
Right.
And I've known Valerie for too long.
Unfortunately,
Not only because of my vision.
right.
She's a wonderful person and
Yeah.
was supposed to be here today, but sadly is
Yeah,
is
a little under the
unwell.
weather.
Yes. So Val is our medical chair,
Right.
and you met her.
Yeah.
You met her last year as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
Very knowledgeable.
Hmm.
And I asked her when they just said, "Hey, let's have a vision walk here. Would you be the chair?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. What do I have to do?" And one of the things was to find a medical chair.
Okay.
And so I just called her on the phone and said,
It was natural.
"Would you do this?" She's like, "Sure."
There you go.
I mean, it wasn't like, "Well, here's the job description."
Right.
She's like, "Yeah, no problem."
Okay.
And that was it.
Well, she was in right from the beginning.
She was in right from the beginning
That's great.
and never missed a step
Okay.
and has just been a true supporter.
April 18th, 17th Street Park is the Vision Walk here in Virginia Beach, as we talked about. You can go to fightingblindness.org/vision walk and walk, get that denture fixed, and look for the one in Virginia Beach. You can make a donation. Now there's registering, but there's no fee to register. I
correct.
mean, it's a
Registration's
nice walk
free.
pretty much on the cement walk. It's not really a boardwalk like you would think. But it is down on Waterside, a nice view. Let's hope we don't get all 4 seasons on that day. Let's hope we get deep. Last year, I remember, it was windy as all get out at Mount Trashmore, but the temperature was great. I saw pictures. I'm wearing shorts on the stage.
Okay.
So hopefully the weather will hold pretty nicely. But let's talk about 10 a.m. is registration, right?
Correct.
You can come and register the morning of if you wake up and decide, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Mhm.
It is pet friendly.
Yep.
So if you want to bring your
Absolutely.
pet friend, bring your strollers with the kids, whatever you want, right?
And we have music and food.
Yep. And some vendors will be there too, I
Vendors will be
understand.
there, yes.
But more importantly, or just as important, we have some sponsorship opportunities as well, right?
Correct.
You can be a presenting sponsor for $20,000. You get an opportunity. This is called the Champion Package, or you get the Champion Package plus inclusion in all pre-event e-blasts, opportunity for executive to be an honorary walk chair, gala and special event tickets. Then you can be a champion for $10,000, captain for $5,000, booth sponsor for $3,000. So if you want to come out and have your wares out there, you can do that. Leader sponsor for $25,000, a partner for $1,000, a supporter for $500. But again, you can send an email to Lauren, who you heard from earlier in the show, at Meltzer, MELTZER, at fightingblindness.org for any information, or you can call her at 443-539-8547, visionwalk.org. So come out, be a sponsor. And the Vision Walk and Foundation Fighting Blindness is a 501c3, correct?
Correct.
Which means your donations can be, consult with your tax advisor, tax deductible, right? So it really is a fantastic opportunity. Whether you are affected by some sort of vision issue, or if you know somebody that is, even if you don't, support others, because from what I recall, correct me if I'm wrong, if you recall this, tens of millions of dollars, I want to say something like $50 million over the lifetime of the organization has been raised to go towards research. I mean, it's a huge number.
It's a huge number.
I want to say, for some reason, 50 is like the smallest amount I recall.
$900 million.
That's what I said. 900, almost $1 billion.
$951 million. Vision Walk,
Yes.
Hampton Roads,
Right.
has raised over 900,000. Honestly, if it wasn't for COVID, we really kind of lost our
Sure.
mojo.
As everybody did.
We would have made over $1 million.
Right on, right on. Now,
Yes,
the
we
goal I know for this Vision Walk is 50,000. And in talking with Lauren, which we talked about earlier, so I'm recapping this for those just joining us, we're just about at about 50% goal reached so far with about a month to go. So please, we don't care if it's $5, $50, whatever you want to do, come down, drop it off, go online. Like I said, what I wish I had this ahead of time, because then we could pop the QR code and people could donate right as well. But I'll send it off to John. Maybe we can get it up there in post-production so people can just scan the QR code. Again, fightingblindness.org/Vision Walk would be great to do that. And yeah, I mean, it's a great time. I'll be out there emceeing it. If you're not in this area, but you're watching up in Baltimore in the DC area, I will be up there for the Baltimore event. I was up there last year, which was a lot of fun as well. And then rumor has it, maybe possibly there's a small chance you may see me up there in DC helping out up at that event. We'll find out next week when Lauren lets me know. So that might be a good getaway for me and the wife. So I'm hoping we can actually do that for a couple of days to get up there. Yeah, from what I heard, it's on a whole different scale.
It is.
So
Before I had my walk here, I used to go up to the DC.
oh,
all the
okay,
time.
to kind of see. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it was nice. Yeah, it was
Kind of learn from what they
fun,
do up
yeah.
there. Excellent.
It's
All
a
right.
very different vibe than here.
If we have people watching right now, I want you to make
Yes.
a personal plea direct. If people out there are having symptoms with their eyesight, they don't know what's going on or whatever, give them some advice, some encouragement where they should go for some
Absolutely.
support.
So if you or someone in your family is having vision issues, obviously go see your eye care provider.
Absolutely. First and foremost.
Do not despair. There is all kinds of research on the horizon. And, you know, the exciting part today is that they are restoring vision.
Mm-hmm.
This clinical trial that I may be part of has a real potential to restore a lot of my vision.
Right.
So I know it's devastating. It was devastating for me, but however long I've dealt with it now, 20 years, gosh, since I was diagnosed.
Yeah, 20 years.
We've come a long way, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep the momentum going.
And just remember, all research advances science.
Yes.
All research advances science.
Absolutely.
And if it's not for the eyes, it could be for other things.
Right.
Just because it doesn't work for my disease, it could work for somebody else's. So
Absolutely. All right, we got to wrap up. 2 quick questions for me, and then we're going to say goodbye. Number one, who's your favorite superhero, Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Very good. Good answer. Good answer. You saw that very well. You didn't need a cue on that.
I think somebody told me when I walked in.
Last but not least, this is one of the only serious questions I ask for that stuff. When the day comes, and it's going to be so far down the line, it's not even funny, but you're standing at the pearly gates, and the maitre d' is there to greet you in. What is it you'd like to hear them say to you upon entering the pearly gates?
Welcome.
There you go. John, how about for you?
Come on in.
That's right. I'm leading her in. You're going to take her right in with
That's
you
right.
too, right?
No,
Excellent.
I'll be cured by then.
That's right.
I'll find
That's
my
right.
own.
There
way.
you go.
Especially in the afterlife.
That's right.
Oh yes.
Right. We're
especially,
perfect in the afterlife, right?
Absolutely.
All of our
As I
ills
step
and
across, I'm good.
it is so funny. After my mom passed, and my mom passed after having double amputation because of diabetes, the whole thing. I had literally had a vision of her where she came up in my dream showing that she had both legs, everything was fine. She still had her memory, even though physically she looked like she did 30, 40 years prior before all the illnesses. But so I totally believe that. All right, with that, that's enough of that stuff. Let's get out of town. Let's get back to enjoying our Saturday. Listen, thank you guys for coming. It's great to see you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks down at the beach.
Yes, we will.
Again, everybody,
Bring your
that's
party shoes.
absolutely fightingblindness.org/vision walk, or Lauren Meltzer, 443-539-8547. All right, next week's show here at Aaron's Hour, my friends from Tidewater Community College will be on with a little twist. We're going to talk about an organization, nonprofit called TBOC, Taking Back Our Children. April 10th and 11th, they have a weekend event going on where Saturday, they're going to be down at the TCC campus in Norfolk doing all sorts of seminars, teaching the kids in the community about music, communications, entertainment, and bringing back the music program within our inner cities here in Norfolk. That does it for me. I'm going out to Norfolk today to get down to that foodie fest. Honey, back the car, girl, because we're going down to eat for cheap today. You're watching Aaron's Hour. As always, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. We'll see you next time right here in Aaron's Hour. Thank you for watching. Have a great Saturday, folks.
Thank you.